Morning, everybody. Morning news, catching up before work here, and lo and behold, CNN. Unbelievable. Well, it's believable, but we're going to get into it. Canada presented the UN Convention on Women's Gender Equality. Trudeau tried to press that. And further, he goes into military, all of it. CNN just backs him up hard. Yesterday they put out a story, and they use my terminology. They go, Trudeau smashes gender equality on the world stage, even though most nations reject him, including the USA, United States of America. The hard reality is the firepower of just regular army soldiers against foreign enemies requires a step up in grade of weapons. It's not about inequality, it's about the fact that physically men can carry the higher firepower. When you're talking about standing behind a tree and your enemy shooting through the tree and killing you, and you can't even knock the bark off the tree, I think gender equality goes out the window at that point. Regardless of all that convention's not going to go through. Now, CNN says, oh, Trudeau's got it. It's all a vote grab for women across Canada. But we got MP of Nunavut, and it's Mumalak, and she's the one crying out about just the harsh reality of being an Inuit MP in Parliament, just how god-awful it is to work in that establishment. And what CNN fails to deliver out on the news, out on the world stage, is the fact that Trudeau is marred in a history of genocide and class structure. CNN goes with Trudeau, who embraces the first, second, and third class system. Show me the gender equality there. And First Nations of Canada are underneath the third class. Really. Not that the third class has it much better. You're allowed to work under the class. You're allowed to do anything but have any say in your governance whatsoever. Man or woman. Show me the gender equality there. There isn't. And the government's not going to work on it. That's reality. Oh, don't worry. There's a class structure of defined people in Canada, men and women alike. It's all equal except for there's third, second, and first class. Constitutionally, this is ingrained in our system. Look at our Governor General, CNN. And I urge everybody watching this video, I know later today it'll pick up and there'll be a lot of people. I urge all of you, write to CNN, the link's in the video, write that editor and say, I'm a third class citizen, especially females or First Nation ladies, and say, I am treated like shit in this country. A hell of a lot worse than women are treated in America. How about you look at the autocratic nation you're representing in your media? It's pathetic. That kind of journalism's a joke. You're a radical left pile of nutcases. And we see it with NDP and the narrative with the Catholic Church attempting hard to ruin the ICC case going forward, to ignore international law completely, and basically get those first-class politicians off scot-free. That's what NDP's trying to do for the Liberals. Program First Nations across the board, using MP Mumalak to do it for them. She doesn't even know. Now, I phoned her last night too. I left a detailed message, everybody. After doing Jody Wilson-Raybould, I went on to Mumalak from the new Nunavut. And we're going to see if she responds, or is she just part of the problem and a great actress to screw over First Nations across Canada, especially all the women. When you talk about gender equality, where's the gender equality for all those First Nations women who are absolutely at the lowest of the low? Then there's the third class women, lowest of the low. Where's their gender equality? There isn't any. They're not even represented in our Constitution, CNN. You're talking apples versus oranges. It's pathetic. It's a disgusting display of news. And it's shit-ass journalism. And everybody should share this video. And you should all click on the link in the title to CNN. Write the editor. Tell them how your gender equality is as a third-class citizen or a First Nations person, whether that's Métis, Inuit, or all the designations of absolutely First Nation. Tell them how gender equality's been for you. Thanks, that's my video this morning. Watch for it this weekend, the Governor General letter that's also going to go to the National Chief, Jody Wilson-Raybould, and Mumalik too. We're going to hit her up too. And let's see if we can't convert some of this NDP liberal bullshit narrative and bring it over into a real platform, the CCP. Because until we deal with class structure, first, second, third in this country, and absolutely all the First Nations people, the First Peoples and all their narratives, until we do that, a vast majority of the people of this country will be under the full autocracy and have nothing. And the children of tomorrow, First Nations, First Peoples, all Canadian, those generations are done. We're already slipping out of the first world. You're going to have a hard time finding any economist telling you that we're ever going to be the same in Canada. We're not. And I think it's extremely naive to think middle income country. I don't think so. The fall to Venezuela is that easy, that terrifically easy. And NDP, shame on them for exploiting all First Peoples, especially the Inuit, tricking them into a narrative that can't be won the way they're presenting it. It's an absence of international law, and it will destroy all chances of justice for the Inuit people. Just the Inuits alone will ruin the narrative. But I'm going to fight back, and I'm going to be there every step of the way. There's nothing NDP, Liberal or Conservative can do to stop me or block. Nothing. I only need one more country. I've already won 4 out of 5 allies here. You're all going to see that this weekend. An absolute presentation as the world powers, the Governor General, the National Chief, Jody Wilson-Raybould, and Mumalik are going to see it. And at that point, everyone's been educated, and the more you share that, that's real, that's factual, that's credible. Learn the truth. Learn the shit show that is your country, Canada, that's been a farce and a lie to you for so many decades. So many perpetuating genocides and absolute inequality in class structure of the first, second, third class. And see on the end, shame on you with the money and resources you have to do real investigative journalism. You can't even stand behind your president, Joe Biden, in all what he has done just in the last month. Not a word. You shit show media. You're disgusting, all of you. And why the people hate you? Because you're against the people. You're against true democracy. You're that radicalism that wants to live forever in a class system. We're bringing it down. And Americans that are on my following, share, friends. It's important. By the end of this weekend, I'm going to have them all dead to rights. Where's CNN's big story on that? there isn't one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.